No, I think we're ready.
I have a comment for you guys to think about this campaign. Shrek and Han Solo dress the same. I'm just gonna leave that there.
You mean Chewie?
Nope.
No.
Actually, Shrek, what he wears, and then what Han Solo wears.
Yeah,
Oh,
a vest.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Does he wear boots?
yeah. They both have similar personalities too.
I thought he was fair.
To D&D.
Due to unforeseen mental breakdown, we will not be providing you with D&D today.
It's been bugging me all day, and I had to share it with you guys.
So does that make
thanks.
Donkey Chewie?
Yes.
They're dressed the same, basically.
Then who's Puss in Boots?
Yeah, no, I guess he does have shoes
Leia.
on. But his pants are brown. His pants are brown, not black with a red stripe.
I mean, there's subtle differences. They
Actually,
navy blue.
actually,
Everything.
Yeah, actually.
Okay, Justin, talk about last session. Do it.
We were very upset that Max is a doddering old fool, like he's always been for some reason. We had the lovely Riona go on a date with the lovely Vinaya, and they dressed so fine. But it was kind of a staying home and chill type of thing. Also getting word that Haskar, who decided that he would go and try to chaperone the whole thing, got lost in the city, but he will be joining us tonight in about 10 minutes or so. Who knows? We will see. So let's see. Scrack got word from Max about having to tear the city down brick by brick if need be.
Yeah, Max doesn't like the place either. And so I feel like we're the only two smart people amongst a bunch of dumb people.
It's funny that
You
that
and the
Scrack,
150-year-old.
Scrack has never
old
really
man.
cared much for Max, but they're seeing eye to eye on some things lately. Especially since Max is in field trip.
Why do we want to tear down the city?
Because it was built on rock and roll.
You,
No, I mean
you swore you would
portal.
never. You swore you would never make that joke after I made it. Fine. But without further ado, after the awkward but enjoyable date, for those who are watching and may be a little lost as to why I'm doing this, Rusty has visions. Sometimes they are very accurate, sometimes not. It really depends. I have him roll a d20, I roll a d20. The closer our numbers are, it doesn't matter on where the numbers are, but as long as they're close, that's where they get very accurate. So Rusty, you are walking the hallowed halls of the university where you were learning how to use and manipulate magics of all sorts. They're empty halls. Your feet, though they are soft-soled, still make a clapping sound as you walk.
Just my butt cheeks.
As does your butt cheeks. The light is nominal at best, just enough for you to be able to see by. You're assuming it must be late at night, or early in the morning. All you know is that the halls, even at this time of night, are never empty. There's usually someone somewhere doing research, and underlings to fetch those things. As you are walking along the halls, books begin to form in your hands. One after another, thick tomes, leather-bound, ancient writing of different languages. There's one that you can make out, which is the Interpreter's Guide to Languages, Celestial and Infernal. And it is on top of this thick stack that is getting heavier and heavier. Eventually the stack gets just above your line of vision, and the echoing of your footsteps stops, though you don't remember stopping. As you try to put the books down, You begin to see the top of a head. It is a small child, little girl. She is standing there. She has her hair done in several braids that are pulled into different curls around her face. She has some freckles. She's wearing a lovely, almost royal blue embroidered dress. On that dress, just small images of birds, trees, flowers. She looks at you and she seems very sad.
Do I recognize this little girl?
You do. She's your daughter.
What are you doing here?
Better question is, what are you doing here, Papa?
I have books.
You know you're not going to read those.
I might. But why are you here? Where's your mother?
I don't know. I'm cold, Papa. I'm cold.
I start tossing down the books. I take off my jacket. Here, take this.
Rather large on her, even though you are small yourself. But she kind of flops her hands, since her hands don't reach the end of the sleeves, and she kind of giggles a little bit.
Thank you. I gotta go now.
Wait. Are you okay?
No. I'm lonely.
Where are you?
Well, somewhere in the cold. You know, he says that if you find him, he can probably take me to you.
I'll find.
I like that.
Is your mother okay?
I don't know. It's just me.
And as she says that, you notice that the school is no longer around you. It is a barren, frozen wasteland. Nothing growing, as far as the eye can see. Spires of ice with icicles warped by the winds. You see creatures flying. You see a humanoid physicality, not knowing exactly what it is. It is wreathed in swirling amounts of snow and ice. You can hear the wind whistling off of the body hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of feet away, maybe even more. He is gargantuan. He is enormous. And you see things flying around him that you recognize as white dragons.
Can you come find me soon? I'm real cold.
I will, but I promise.
Can I keep your jacket?
Sure. You take my jacket.
Thank you, Papa. Love you.
I love you too.
And as you awaken, your jacket is no longer on you.
Oh boy.
The three of your companions, looking extra greasy and very unhappy with life as they leave Scrack's Pike Palace, Palace of Pike.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, is that you, Torsten?
You see any other 7-foot Vikings around?
Oh, there's that one guy that. Never mind. You don't need to know.
How you doing, buddy? Where you been?
Working? we sleep in the same house. I mean,
Fair enough. It's still weird, the idea of you working.
see the rest of you working. Keeps my mind busy.
Fair enough. Well, we're on our way to go see Riona. Scrack's got some really not great news about the outside. He went outside the wall the other day or today, and
What the hell's wrong with the outside?
Nothing there.
As opposed to before we came in here when there was nothing there?
there's even less apparently.
Okay.
Also, I lean down closer to you and I'm like, if you has your deity been sending people here? I didn't think you were the insect worshiping type.
What the hell do you want about?
Okay, that tells me everything I need to know.
Great.
I take a second and I explain to you what happened when I reached out to Tyr, and instead of getting Tyr, I got a lot of bugs.
Did you try chopping off your other arm?
No, but I'll keep that in mind.
We
How long
tried
do you think
chopping
it'll
off
take?
Rusty.
Thus ends the first night of your stay in Hallowvale. Time's funny. When you are on the road, time seems to crawl by. You don't have the creature comforts, you don't have the bathtubs or the taverns. You have no one to really converse with aside from your party, and like any family, you're going to have arguments more often than not. But here in Hallowvale, life goes by quickly. It's still a relaxed pace, but the days just seem to fly by. As the weeks pass, nothing has shown that it is any different from what it appears. Hall and Oates have their jobs. Scrack, you find that there is a chain of restaurants called Scrack's Pike Palace. About every 5 blocks or so. Thorsten, the book becomes easier and easier to read, but there's still some things that aren't quite understood yet. Riona, you've been on a few more dates. Vinaya is very excited every time she sees you. And Haskar, you had gone out to try to chaperone the date on the first night and gotten completely lost within the city. But you aren't really conversing with anyone anymore. You talk when you have to, which is kind of how you used to be a long time ago when you still had your injury. But nowadays, you are looking more and more into your solitude. You do speak, but really only to one person. And you carry him in your backpack. As I said, the weeks have gone by.
So
Torsten,
I'm going crazy.
a little bit.
Since everything, I spent a lot of time looking for any news of my family, good, bad, ill, anything.
All right.
You know,
So you
maybe
speak
even
to a lot
finding
of
survivor or two.
messengers, look into any news that may have passed. You do find that there is a young man who wears rather plain clothes. His pants are tied off at the knees, and he's got a sleeveless shirt on that is open up in the front completely, almost like a vest. And he runs up and he goes, "Ha! I've been looking for you. I have a message to deliver. Here you go."
Thank you. Yep. Couple of
What'd you
coppers
call me?
for his time.
Yeah, he acted like he had somewhere else to be, but he just kind of mills around.
Cool. Well, I opened said note.
Rusty got it. The note is from the High Priestess. She said that she has had some of her people look into it, and due to what's happened over the last, I don't know, 20 or so years, a little more than that, it's been very difficult to track anyone down. There are rumors of other places that people have found shelter. I mean, this is a large city. It is an oasis in a hellscape. There's rumors. There's even been some communication between those areas where people are defending their areas. Either by luck they haven't been found, or they're just not in the right place for any interest. But many messengers have dedicated their lives to try to find information. This one in particular bears the scars. And the information contained in is that a few hundred miles away to the southeast, there is a small island just off the coast, that there are people who arrived in carved out longboats.
That's hopeful. To the southeast.
Yes.
Small island to the southeast. Is that several hundred miles though?
Unfortunately.
Hey, hope's hope.
Hope ever blooms in your chest.
I go back to the house we've all been sharing apparently.
Yeah, about that house. It is in the nicer area of the city. It is a 3-story manor. It even has an outdoor bathing area.
I have been doing my best to try to get Riona to warm up to me.
It's like 3 weeks. Nope.
Using my persuasion every time.
First week, nothing, cold shoulder, just not acknowledging your existence. Second week, she tolerates your existence. It's like, okay, well, he's here. There's nothing I can do about it.
Hey, Torsten, try taking a bath.
He got cleaned walking in.
That was 2 weeks ago.
He needs one now.
I would say in the past 3 weeks, I've taken at least 7 baths.
You're out of step with just about everybody. 98% of the people that live in this world.
Right.
I'm sorry. All I can picture now is Scrack outside taking a giant bird bath.
Like, little feathers all up, water.
So what about week
We
3?
gotta- Week 3, there's not as much coldness. She's acknowledged you. She says hello to you in the morning. It's rough. It's like the beginning where you're talking, but you're not friends. Still doesn't want to talk to you about what happened that day. And anytime you bring it up, it kind of just wall.
I mean, why would we bring up some old shit? Why look to the past? That's not the direction we're headed.
Riona, you have been spending a lot of time both here at the the main citadel and at Vinea's. Her brother has begun to not treat you as nicely as he was because you're there all the time.
She's my entrance into the library. I made friends with her. We're really close. There's no connection, but Riona's not going to say anything. It's just she's nice. I'm going to be nice. I got to get books. I have a lot of things I need to do in these 3 weeks, and it's a lot of research. And
so you're just using her entrance?
I become really good
Harry,
friends with
I
her.
saw you smile just a little bit.
We're really good. We're really good friends, but she wants more, and Riona is not interested. But she doesn't know how to say, "I'm not interested" without hurting her, so she's just putting up with it.
Yeah, your personal quarters within this home, it's almost like MTV Cribs way back when, but your personal section of the home, your room, is littered with flowers in all stages of death, like from freshly cut to 3 weeks ago dead. To 3 weeks ago dead.
Yeah, at any moment she gets and has a book to read and say Vinea's working, she scuttles on over to Max's house and she reads to him and hangs out with him any spare moment she has.
Okay. The whole time Max has talked to you, he's like,
"Sir, young woman, tell me, have you heard of the adventures of the group?"
No, I haven't heard him. Why don't you tell me? And then maybe you can tell me a story about Maximilian Graves. I've heard about him too.
Graves. I know him. He's me.
yes, I had to do that.
Yeah, no, she's just like, senile old man.
But he goes, well, when I was much younger, I thought I knew what I was doing, and I wanted to change the world. I was an idiot. I was so dumb, stupid. I should have just stayed in my hometown and played music. But life tends to find you and stomp the holy hell out of you. Before I knew it, I was a castrati, and I'd never decided I wanted to be a singer, really. But that's just how life goes, isn't it?
Yep. You one day you're on a farm, and the next day an owlbear falls out of your well, and demons spout from the earth. Yep, it just happens.
It does. So what are we going to do about that?
I am going to learn how to close a portal. I'm going to use these journals, one from my mom, one from my dad. And if I have to, I'm going to use one of these. And he's the only one that knows I have these. And I pull out 2 Dragon Balls. And I only bring them out when I am alone with him.
You've got big balls.
I do. And I'm hoping the dragons inside here will help me figure out how to close portals. And then we can have a normal life.
You hear in your head, oh God, can you please just put me back? I don't like to be touched.
Keep it up and I'll shove you in my cleavage. And I put them back in the bowl. Into the bag.
Cleavage!
In the bag. So yeah, basically in the 3 weeks, spare moments is journals that Hall was working on for me, portals, how to close them, and then trying to get closer to the dragons while hanging out with Max. Basically, Riona, every moment she has, she sleeps for 4 hours, and then the rest of the day does anything and everything.
Okay. All right. All right. Mr. Haskar, you have you were not happy about the whole getting lost in such a expansive city. However, you do find yourself on, I say yourselves because you start speaking about yourself in plural. You do find yourself wandering through the city at odd hours.
Cool.
What are you currently doing?
Well, I guess I would be. I honestly don't know if I'm like literally having discussions within myself. I wasn't going to happen to begin with, so I'm guessing.
Only when you're touching the orb do you actually discuss things with him. However, He knows. He knows when you're talking.
Okay.
There's
Honestly, this just if I'm going a little crazy, I guess I would be really not to like just one out randomly making things out stone and maybe people's doorsteps.
your beard is getting matted and your toenails are just growing everywhere.
Yeah, I kind of got the like dusted beard and my face. I don't bathe much. I'm kind of no less than 4 steps from the bathing.
When you do find yourself in the shared manor, as the rest of them, your room is completely covered in carvings. All the walls, whether they're stone or wood or plaster, there's carvings everywhere. Very reminiscent of when someone else awakened in a room that one time.
You're going batshit crazy.
But the things I'm looking at people's doorsteps, like the little carvings, but they're not. It's dark and kind of spooky and kind of like mildly threatening.
Like the painting of Kronos eating his children.
Yeah, just like just to like show me this distaste. Um, basically, just walking around holding the door and mumbling to myself, obviously, but talking with my friend.
I want you to roll a dexterity check.
Sure.
5. It's the strangest thing. There are days where you are so focused in not just holding it, but you know how when someone is speaking, they use their hands much like I'm doing now, or they'll gesture, or if they're holding a pen, they'll just start spinning it in their fingers. You almost do a Jareth in Labyrinth type thing on occasion, just moving it around in your hand. Rolling a 5, you roll it and you realize you did not get a good roll across your knuckles, and you go to grab it again and realize that it did not leave your hand. It rolls around this way and you're like,
Okay. Creepy. Experience between me and your.
there's almost a prickling sensation in your hands whenever you touch the orb now. So what are we going to do about that human who keeps trying to befriend me and keeps calling me Snowball?
Well, she's one of the few people I can actually give a shit about, really. So,
I mean, you don't have to.
yeah, but then it would cause friction between me and you, and just,
No friction, friend. No friction at all.
let's just leave the, she just, she was too mild annoyance and let it go.
Mild annoyance, but a tasty looking one.
Yeah, but she's got other things going on. Just, I don't know if it would go over well if something was to happen.
Yes, would be such a shame if someone lit her on fire while she was in her wooden form.
Yeah, that would go poorly.
Just food for thought.
Speaking of food, when was the last time I actually ate like food?
21 years ago.
I was gonna say randomly outside your door, there's a pile of good berries whenever Rihanna gets a chance to just leave them there for you. Because she notices you're not talking or eating with anyone else. So it's just a little pile of good berries every day or so. Just leaves them there for you.
Squished.
Just want to make sure I wasn't like actually starving myself to death.
She wouldn't try. She's trying not to let you starve to death, but you're not talking to her, so that's her way of reaching out to you. Is here's a little pile of berries. Please
It's
eat.
not so much that you need to eat anymore. You don't even really want to eat. You are sustained.
So
Look around.
on me.
Cryptic. It's the middle of the night.
I hold out my arms and turn.
Hey, somebody. Where's your panic?
It's in my room.
Where's Snowball? I'd offer you a high five, but I'm way taller than you. So I reached down to give you a five.
I'm dealing with it, but I'm kind of not really sure how this is going to go. I'm being told, like, one time, what I think about.
Well, I mean, give me a second to think. See how I can help you best. I mean, how crazy do you want to get?
Well, I feel that like really bad need to go around the table. I'm not getting any words in there from them, so yeah, I'm pretty sure that shit crazy apparently.
Aren't we all?
But once we leave this city, I can't really risk losing my car. Or, you know, maybe I can. All I know is this is affecting me a lot more than I wanted to. And, I mean, when was the last time we talked?
It's been a while since we've actually talked. You've been pretty obsessed with your ball.
Yeah.
To be fair, she's not really talking to anybody.
True. I talk to everybody but you.
Do you know what I've noticed when I read Karen's, you know, wasn't really talking to anyone except the person?
Oh yeah, yeah. You've noticed. It's
Okay.
kind of hard not to, especially the first 2 weeks.
Okay, fine. She doesn't talk to me.
Yeah, everyone else gets a hi, how you doing? Good morning. Heading out. Bye-bye. Not you.
So I need to ask something though. Is she dating a llama?
Is she dating a llama? No. She is dating a girl. 17.
Okay. Since you lopped off your hand in deference to your deity in his temple and cleansing it, you have always felt him reside within you. As you reach out now, you open your field of being. You don't feel the balance or goodness or justice of your deity, but you can feel something else, something nearby, pulsating quietly.
I'm sorry, the god you have trying to reach is not available. Please hang on for the next available demon.
What do I feel?
A sickening, almost like your blood is coagulating inside your body, and the sound of skittering as it comes up behind you. There. The sound of insect feet and wings and mandibles.
And I feel that close.
Yes, you do.
Ah, I look around to try to find the thing.
You know the general direction.
I break contact from that. I go back. I'm like, whoa. Okay, that didn't work. Haskar.
Okay.
But
Why do you look skinny?
talk about that in a second. Let me try one last thing.
No, let's hear him out. Why is he scared?
You're still in my head.
I never leave you.
I put the amulet around Haskar. I put my good hand on the amulet, and raise my stub, and I cast I cast remove curse.
Okay. Power flows through you easily here. Feels a little different, especially since you went for so long without the influence of your deity. But the spell charges up, leaves your body, and you definitely can feel something lightening your load, Haskar.
Okay.
Yeah, it's it wouldn't fully.
Suppose I'm not needed. She stands up, straightens her gown. With a watchdog like you, I'm sure that Max will be fine. For a little while, anyway. She walks past you, walks out the door.
I sit down in front of Max. Just hang out for a little bit.
After a few beats, staring at Max, his head is kind of lulled to the side. He's breathing regularly. One bright blue eye opens up.
That's great. She gone?
Yep.
Excellent. So have you come to any conclusions how we're going to get everyone out of here?
Nope.
Neither have I.
I don't know. Riona's looking for something, and I don't know if she's gonna find it.
Well, I mean, we're all looking for something. I'm looking for a way to get out of this trap. I've been here longer than most of the people. Unfortunately, their numbers just tend to keep growing. What specifically do you know? Anything?
Where does everybody come from?
Oh, here or there. I mean, there are some that are still braving the world. Adventurers come in. Wandering families, travelers, people who've escaped and found refuge. Much like you. Much like me.
Oh, I don't know. Can you tell me anything about the High Priestess?
I can tell you that she is far older than she appears to be. Spend any time with her and you'll find that out really quickly. However,
His head still shakes a bit as he talks. His one frail hand kind of scratches at his chin a little bit. Few wisps of hair.
She's always probing me for information, and not really certain as to what it is she's looking for, but she does speak to herself whenever she thinks I'm asleep, about Rusty and Haskar mostly. Do you know why a priestess of Libistus would be so keen on my friends?
Nope.
Well, then the charade will continue until we can find some answers, or just, take the whole city down one way or another.
I wonder if she's doing anything by coming to visit you.
Well, she hasn't poisoned me. In fact, she's very willing to cook and clean for me. It's rather pleasant.
All right. I don't know.
Well, do you
I
know
gotta
if
find everybody else?
Very well. Do you know if Riona's going to come by today? am not intentionally deceiving the girl, but I know when I told her that lie, she almost couldn't forgive me. I haven't spoken any lies since I've seen you. I was quite excited when you got here, but I also haven't given her a clue that I know who she is.
Sure, you got your reasons.
Mostly to keep prying ears from learning of anything that we might know. I don't know what, perhaps, but she thinks we know something.
Yeah. This place doesn't give me a good feeling.
It made me
See what everybody else is doing.
very well. This place is an oasis in the desert. Very well, Scrack. Fare thee well. Stay as resplendent as you always are.
I walk out and try to go find Haskar.
All right. Oh, okay. Okay. So after stuffing their mouths full, they go off to see Riona. And Rusty, I am curious as to what you are doing.
First thing I want to do is I'm going to track down Riona
Okay.
3 weeks before you guys. Haha.
Oh, we're going back in time.
Everyone get in the way back machine. And
If only.
so I found something. I'm wondering if you'll help me look into it. Literally. Ever hear of a portable hole?
I feel like this is going to turn into a dirty joke, but no, I have not ever heard of a portable hole before.
I pull a black silkish cloth out of my pocket, open it up as far as I can, which is not terribly far. This is a portable hole. It'll hold, well, pretty much infinite amount of stuff.
Almost like my backpack, but it probably holds more than mine.
You know, want to see what's inside?
Are you asking me to jump in a hole with you?
You can hold it open and I'll jump in the hole either way.
Un momento, I'm gonna get some rope out and tie it around his waist. I don't like the idea of throwing him in a hole.
To clarify, we are talking about you doing this 3 weeks prior.
Mm-hmm.
After I got the portable hole.
Okay. All right. Just making sure we're on the same page.
Right after his nightmare, the first night.
Sure.
I will tie a little rope around Roasty and be like, I just hold it open.
Hell yeah.
So as you rush forward and
Still falling.
as you
I'm a
leap
little
forward,
lesson about that.
you collide into Riona with the silkiness between you. If I remember correctly, they need to be on a surface.
Yeah, that didn't work.
We're gonna spread it out.
I'm gonna lay it on the ground. I'm guessing we're doing this in a room where we're safe, away from people. And I'll lay it on the floor and just hold the rope. And like as you're looking over, just for funsies, I Sparta kick you into the hole. Just to see what happens. Just
This little body flies across, hits the other side, sandwiches, falls in.
oh wow, he actually fell in the hole. For science.
You have to yell for science every time you do an experiment.
Is there anything inside the hole?
Yes, there is. Inky blackness.
As long as that's it. I try and pull on the rope.
What is the rope tied to?
I was just holding it.
Pull on the rope.
What is the rope tied to?
I was just holding it.
Make a strength check with disadvantage.
I'll say I'm not very
You got
strong.
like a 75-pound gnome flying down.
Okay, let's see. Wait, oh, so you said saving throw. Hold on. That's better. But not much better. And ooh, 5. Oh, there goes the rope.
We lost Rusty. Oh darn.
That's why you guys haven't been able to hear from him all the way.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, I stick my arm in the hole and think like I do with the bag, Rusty. Does that draw him to me? I guess.
Trying to remember what the hole does. I believe it works much like that.
Like the bag of holding. If I call him
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah. So
Just
eventually,
wondering, can it be a creature or does it have to be an object that she's thinking about?
It can be either or, the same as bag. It can be
I
either or.
mean, there's only a finite amount of air in any of these, unless you're in the bagman's dimension.
They're just like, I'm trying to will Rusty out of the hole. Come here, come to me.
Eventually, something does hit your hand, and as you grasp hold of it, you pull a screaming newborn Rusty out.
Put it back. Put it back.
Just because I'm naked does not mean that I'm a newborn.
How does he always make it?
It's like, why are you naked? I'll just pull him out.
He ran out of rope. He needed something to tie off. So
Exactly. Okay.
Well, this was more fun.
Okay. So it works a lot like your backpack, but bigger and with only one pocket.
And if I remember, Vinaya said not to mix them, so never put it in my bag.
Don't put me in your bag.
I'll only do it if I have to. Like, you know, because the only people who end up in my bag are like this, and I pull out a little handful of ash. Echo.
Interesting.
When I put them back in the bag.
I happen to have a pinch of Busby.
Oh, so he did die in the tree. Okay.
Did we forget to mention that?
Yeah, no one told me. I just guessed. He said he was dying. I didn't really care if he died. I just.
Well, on page 79, I have essence of Busby.
Would you like a little essence of Echo, if it would help you?
I pull out my spell book and open it up to page 80.
Sprinkle a little Echo in his book. Spread it.
Close it carefully.
there's only 22 pages in your whole book, so I don't know what that is. Anyway, and that's front back.
He doesn't count very
And
well.
the first 15 important lines.
Well,
Get down there, don't blame me.
Hey, it's just like with any warlock spell book. Eldritch Blast. That's it.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I need a job. This I have past experience working as a scribe. I studied for a while. You look like you could use some help around here.
She eyes you up and down.
What's with these?
That's for my eyesight.
No, these are for my eyesight. Those look like your feeble attempt to disguise. Rusty!
Never met him. Yes.
You come into my shop, all disguised, and then you deny who you are?
We haven't been in town very long, but we haven't always had a terribly cordial welcome.
She looks around.
These idiots welcome everyone.
Yeah, well, some of them have this kind of notion that we may have abandoned them to die.
You talk to Paula.
Yeah.
Ben. It's my superpower. I always know when an owlbear sneezes.
Okay.
You don't remember me, do you?
Were you a 25-foot tall Hulk?
So you don't remember me?
A few parts of that time are a bit sketchy. Why don't you fill me in?
what she said.
I like you.
Maybe it's because it's been so long. I'm not as young as I used to be. But I used to take care of you when you were very small at your father's estate.
Yeah, I don't need a job that much.
Gertrude! It's me, your wet nurse, Gertrude!
It's been a few years.
It has been.
She kind of looks down at her chest.
You did this.
A lot of drugs under the bridge.
I was always told I was a bit of a greedy baby. Mainly
You
by
were
you.
14 when you finally stopped.
What can I say?
You can say you're sorry for deflating me.
How about I make it up to you by working as a scribe for you?
Tell you what. I'll pay you 3 silver a week, and look the other way if you want to copy anything in your book.
2 silver it is. For an old friend.
Deal. Oh, no, I don't shake hands. Not since I got the hook.
And she raises a big old rusty hook.
I'm joking. It's one of the things we sell.
She hangs it.
Well, they let me have a shop here.
Let us in.
They let anyone in.
Really?
Mostly.
They gave us a hard time.
I can't imagine why.
You haven't lost your sense of humor, have you?
Well, it has its ups and downs. A couple of downs since then.
It's okay.
Did you say it's okay?
It's okay.
Watching you. All right. Put those away. Dust that. Scrub whatever that is. And don't feed the thing in the jar.
Was Haskell here? Looks like he peed over there.
Don't know who that is, but it might be P. Wait. Yeah, that's P. I told you I don't have breaks. Taking one now.
She just closes up her book, walks out.
You're gonna work in a shop for 3 weeks, Rusty?
Apparently unsupervised.
Minimal supervision. She's going to ask you to do all sorts of weird things.
Do well when supervised. You can think minimal supervision is going to help?
You want to child at a candy store. Watch my store while I go in the back. Don't eat all the candy.
He deflated her chest. I mean, what else can you do to her?
The moment she's gone, I'm going to flip open my spellbook and start copying whatever I can find into it.
Sure, sure. Roll a d20 for me. So you do make your way. Rihanna,
C.
let me take a look real quick. What did you send me? Ooh,
A lot.
you did. You sent me a lot.
Just texting him like,
I mean, what else are you gonna do? Listen to me prattle on? Anyway, so Rihanna, you are down in your favorite section of the library. It is the brown section. That's where they are doing all of the theorizing and philosophizing of portals. During the first week, you did sense a portal very near you. And as you are sitting on the floor, books spread all out around you, 2 in your lap, 1 in your hand, you reach over and you start to grab your mixed crack that was brought to you. And you realize you better not touch it because you're going to get grease all over the pages. You hear the sounds of feet padding up to you. Benea's like, hey.
hello.
You've been quiet over here.
It's a lot of information to take in.
Oh, I know. I know. A lot to take in.
Are you done with your work, or are you still working?
Well, I have a break, and I wanted to know if you'd like to take a break with me.
Sure. Let me just put bookmarks in all my work that I'm working on right now.
Yeah.
Just pause everything and go on a little.
I'm not
15-minute
interrupting you, am I? You seem a little upset.
I felt something weird. It's all good. It's fine. No, I would like to go on this break with you. I probably need to step away anyways.
Okay, fresh eyes.
Mhm.
Maybe get a palate cleanser. Something to like rejuvenate your senses.
I've already read all the books you've written. What book would you recommend?
Oh, I'm talking about maybe an experience.
What do you mean?
Just something to take your mind off the books for a minute.
Let's just go on that break. Let's just get and walk. And I just start walking.
So, where are you going in this massive building?
Do I still feel the portal?
You can feel the pull of it.
I follow the pole walking with her.
And you can't really feel the pull. You can feel it as it pulls on you wherever you
Yeah.
go,
Okay.
but it is below you.
Below me. Vinay, is there a below the library? Is there like a downstairs that I don't know about?
Not that I'm aware of, but if you're interested in going down, I could show you some things.
Here's what she proclaimed.
Here's what she proclaimed.
Vinay, I think we need to have a talk.
Oh, okay. I mean, 3 weeks. It was fun, right? It was fun. I mean, this is the longest relationship I've ever had, and I mean, we haven't even done anything like what I write about in my books. But I just thought maybe you were just being a little maybe shy.
I cover her mouth.
Well,
Truthfully, we never really established a relationship. We went out on a couple dates, but I thought you understood that I just wanted to be friends. I even said on one of the dates when you were talking for 6 hours straight that I was only interested in being friends, and then you kept talking and talking, and I just listened because I really care and want to listen to your opinion. But I told you I have something I need to do. I have a mission. I have a goal I need to reach, and then I could consider having a relationship with someone. There's something that's very important I need to do first before I can even consider being with someone, if that makes sense. I told you about my mom. I told you about my dad. I gotta fix that first.
You can literally hear her heart break.
I do like you. I just don't like you the way you like me, and I don't want to ruin our friendship, and I don't want to ruin what we got, but I have to do this first.
fine. Yeah, I get it. I get it. I understand.
I mean,
So, okay. Okay. So, friend, best friend.
yes, I can honestly say you are my best friend. That's a girl.
And
I
wipes her.
I had something planned, but I have a backup. Um, would you come with me?
Sure. I'll go with you. As I'm walking with her, can I get a feel of what her intentions are now that I've dumped her? Am I safe?
You can make an insight check, yeah.
24?
You heard her heart like ice just cracking. until it just shattered and the pieces fell and broke apart upon stone carved floor. She doesn't seem to be she doesn't seem to be angry.
Mhm.
She's soldiering on, trying to have a stiff upper lip, trying to go forward with her life.
So I'm not walking into her murder chambers, correct? Is what I'm not getting.
She does lead you into a chamber, yes, but it's one
Oh.
you've been into before.
Okay, I'll
And there are
follow.
people, yeah, there are people milling about, and it's familiar by now. You've come through here a few times. This is one of the quieter areas. You on the first day came here, and you haven't asked too much about it, but there's that same absolutely statuesque stone, unmoving female with her hands clutched and her eyes closed, standing on that pedestal. And there's actually some curved benches that go all around the pedestal, and she sits down, and she kind of composes herself. So, some of the things that you've asked me to help you with, and I have tried. I mean, all I do is read now. I don't have time to write. Really should get back to that. But you give up things for people you care about for a little bit. I'm sorry, this is coming out wrong.
Danae, I understand having to give up something for people you care about. It's kind of what I'm doing right now.
Okay. So, I would like you to meet Doralis.
Name is spelled Darallus.
Doralis.
Doralis. Ta-da!
The stone lady?
Yeah. She's not really stone. If you want to touch, it's frowned on because you don't want to break her concentration. But she is in a constant state of concentration. She was one of the people that closed the portal that allows us to live here. And speaking of self-sacrifice, it's silly. Speaking of self-sacrifice, she sacrificed herself in a way. She's the one that's responsible for the illusion and the dome that kills all the outside things. The one that you passed through when you came in the doors. Remember that feeling, that zappy feeling? I couldn't get my hair to stand, get down for weeks after that. It was not fun. Some people, unless we go out there and stop with some of our magic items that we have here, some people can make like a little portal so you don't have to get zapped that way every time. I know that some people don't care, and some people are tougher than others. I haven't been outside of the city since I came. But yeah, she is supposedly giving up her life so that we can all live, and so that nothing bad comes to the town and ruins our chances of happiness.
I'm glad you told me this. There is a lot of self-sacrificing going on a lot to keep everyone safe.
Yeah.
I wish I had known more. Maybe if I could talk to her, but I wouldn't talk to her. Maybe she knows if my dad disappeared with the portal or where he is, because this stupid compass hasn't worked since I got here.
Yeah, it's still pointing down.
So.
Is that why you keep asking about it down?
That's why I keep asking about it down. It's supposed to point to him.
Well, you know what? I should get back to work. I don't really feel like having company tonight. I mean, you understand, right?
I gotcha. I haven't visited Max today. I'm gonna go get my books and go hang out with Max for a little bit. And you'll always be my first date.
Yeah. Well, tell him hi for me.
And she gets up, straightens her outfit, which you see is almost mimicking yours to the letter.
It's now Leona Harper.
Yeah, everyone likes her. She's a good girl, but the whole, as it's been pointing out before, dating myself is a little weird, and she is not that self-absorbed. It's at first it was to get information, then she started to like the girl a little bit, but then it was like dating someone who never stopped talking. Ever.
None of us know what that's like.
Yeah, it's wholly unfamiliar to I'm very weirded out by
For the last 3 weeks, she hasn't spoken more than a sentence to you guys. It's more, all you get is "Good morning, I'm leaving." You have
Actually, I had to be.
exactly. So yeah, I'm gonna pack up all the books and go sit and just head to Max.
Besides making off the collar remarks to Torsten, I haven't said anything either. Or off the cuff.
So you do gather up your books. As you come up the stairs, you see your four friends coming through the big front doors. And as you are about to walk up to them, you feel a hand on your shoulder. And the old scholar whom Rusty stole a book from.
Excuse me. Where are you going with those books?
I'm borrowing them to take them to Max, the sculptor. He asked about them.
Make a deception roll.
Okay, 21.
21. He adjusts his glasses a little bit, looks down his nose at you.
I'm not supposed to let anyone leave with the books. But I overheard you and Vinaya having a lover's spat. So, something wrong with your neck.
Let's just shut up, old man. Shut up. I'm thank you. I'm gonna go. Guys, leave.
Maybe it's best if you don't come back for a few days. Let her simmer down a little.
I don't have to be told twice. Bye.
And just don't damage the book.
I start shoving them in my bag.
I like to make direct eye contact with the old man.
I don't want to talk about it. Let's go.
Just keep walking.
I don't want to talk about it, Haskar. If you don't stop, I'm gonna feed you to fucking Hall.
I would love to see you try to feed me all. So well for you.
Maybe instead of talking about something you don't want to talk about, you might chat a little something with me that I found out and maybe you might be able to help with. Maybe that concerns all of us.
I stop at the bottom of the stairs. What?
Well, I look around, make sure nobody's watching. Has your demon senses been going off?
Nope.
Like, not at all?
Nah, mind you, I haven't really been paying attention. I've been spending a lot of time with, Finea, and that's over. Hanging out with Hall and Oates. Oates is doing pretty well, you guys.
Finea's name being mentioned, you see a younger version of Riona. Her hair is slightly messed up. She has tears going down her face, but she walks without even looking in your direction until she gets at the end of the stairs, turns around and goes, I was going to give you this for your break. A little bit of alleviating any type of stress you may have had.
I haven't even kissed you yet. Boy.
Well, she seems nice. Torsten, close your mouth.
No, my mouth is open.
That's just
disturbing on so many levels. She really, really liked me, guys. She really liked me, and I didn't like her back, and I didn't know what to do, and so I just went with it for 3 weeks. Okay, but I got my information on portals. What do you want? I haven't sensed any demons, and I need to go talk to Oates. He's finished with my dad's journal.
Well, so I reached out earlier, and I got a very strong feeling of, remember the big insect demon that was out in front of the stronghold?
You're asking me if I remember the one demon that took over me and possessed my body?
Yes, that one. I felt like multitudes of smaller versions of him.
And you did this
very close by. I was helping Haskar with his ball issue.
Excuse me?
Wait, Haskar, you went to him? I've been trying to talk to you for weeks and you shut me out, but you go and talk to Torsten, the man who cuts off his hand for his god?
There's a reason. Just been busy.
Look, I already told you, I've sensed nothing, and I have other plans. Oh, there's Eddie, and look at that adorable fluffy fish. Oh, sorry. Okay, I have other things to do. So I'm telling you, I don't sense anything. I've got other things to do. Rusty, you were supposed to meet me for lunch.
Reach out for just a moment to see if you feel anything?
Sure, let me see. And I sit there and I pretend to focus and do a detect portal, but I've already done it for the day.
You know, I think she already turned that down for lunch, but
Not detect portal, detect demons, because that's something that's supposed to happen with you naturally.
Yeah, but that's the thing, is like I'm pretending to sense and reach out, basically.
You don't feel any demons.
Just
Well, if you're not trying, you're not going to feel them.
Like anytime she ever reaches out with her mind or feelings.
yeah,
For
I could
demons, nope.
I could sense them if they're standing right in front of me. That's how sensitive it is. But I don't sense any demons, guys. I would have told you. We've been here 3 weeks in a utopia. And
Except for one small problem.
what?
Scrambling outside.
Yeah, I've been outside.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
Yeah, it's all in here where we're safe inside the bubble. Why would you want to?
I don't trust this bubble.
Don't think this is safe.
And I don't think this is everything it seems to be.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you guys. I've been doing research on trying to find my father, help my mom, looking up portals and how to close them. You know, things to help people. I haven't been just goofing off. I really have been doing a lot of research. And right now, you're kind of in the middle of what my research was, and Rusty owes me dinner or owes me lunch. So, Rusty, if you haven't eaten, can we go get lunch? I've had a really
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you guys. I've been doing research on trying to find my father, help my mom, looking up portals and how to close them. You know, things to help people. I haven't been just goofing off. I really have been doing a lot of research. And right now, you're kind of in the middle of what my research was, and Rusty owes me dinner or owes me lunch. So, Rusty, if you haven't eaten, can we go get lunch? I've had a really rough last 30 minutes, okay? You guys didn't have to. Well, you know what? I haven't had a drink in my entire life, so let's go have some ale.
Yes. Gentlemen, would you like to help me hunt demons? I ask him, Hastar and Scrack.
Yeah.
I'll go.
I take Rusty towards Oats first.
I'm going towards Oats.
He's getting dragged. The moment I got his hand, hit drag. Bye, guys.
Musty, as you are being carried away with Riona towards Sir Oates.
Yes, sir.
The city is busy. It's after lunch. People are either taking their breaks from their stalls or making food themselves or coming back from their break to allow others to break. It's very busy. There's midday shoppers. There's a large congested area where a school is being taught, and they are lining up for their daily outings for field work, such as investigating flora and fauna, what have you. Bunch of small kids, field trip. This large crowd looks like the crowd you've gotten to know over the last 3 weeks. Some new faces, some old faces. And as you look from Riona's hand, basically dragging you, almost as if you were yourself a child, your attention gets caught by the side of your coat and the little girl inside of it. Icicles in her hair, skin pale, lips blue.
Wiggle check.
Do a wiggle check.
I have advantage on wiggle checks.
Yes, you do.
What do I roll to hold him?
I would say a grapple, so strength.
Okay, he's probably gonna win because I suck at those.
That's a 22.
Mine's 16. Yeah, you're.
Riona, you feel him start to get out of your grasp, and you are so determined. He is going with you to go see Oates. And at that point, he just grabs your wrist and yanks your hand off of his and takes off running into the crowd. People are passing by, going and obscuring your vision as you run closer and closer to the little girl in your coat. She can't be heard over the talking and hawking of wares, but you know she's saying, "So cold, Papa. Hurry."
Callie?
As people begin passing in front, and once they walk past, it's just the children that were there. No sign of your daughter.
Falls to his knees.
Could I have followed him?
Sure.
Yeah. Like I'm not gonna just let him go. I'm gonna be like, what the follow. Rusty. Look, I don't know what's going on. You've been avoiding everybody as much as I have. We could go talk over there out of the crowd, because I do have some information that you might want to know.
So we can go drink. I don't care.
Yep. We can drink after I talk to Oates. He has my notebook, and I need to know from the notebook. And then, you know what? I'll go have my first alcoholic beverage with you.
Also saying that I'm pulling the box of mushrooms out, eating some of the last one.
Okay. Roll a Constitution for me.
That's a 5.
You basically just reach into the bag blindly, grab a handful, and just.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
You can almost see the moment that they start taking effect, Riona, because his pupils just go.
Oh, I guess I'm not getting any alcohol, and I just scoop them up like a baby.
Do you allow that?
I'm not fighting it.
Right. So as you go to the palatial stable that belongs to your former llama, now guard captain, he is out. They're running maneuvers somewhere. He informed you, but there is a folded piece of parchment, so it tints up on top of a journal, and there is the field guide underneath, along with a bunch of rolled up papers. And if it were anyone else, you would not be able to tell that the word inscribed was Riona. But there are so many loops and flourishes to the name. It is done in the most eloquent of calligraphies, just overly exaggerated. And it also smells of lavender.
He has better handwriting than me, and he's a damn llama. I just open it.
He holds it in his teeth.
Yep. He has better handwriting than me. So I open, I'm like, kind of like trying to baby hip Rusty on one and open up the letter.
It's not a letter, it's just a tinted piece of paper with your name on it. It's on top of all of your belongings that you gave to him to interpret, and his book that he interpreted it into. He left you a note showing you where it was.
So I get everything, gather it up, look at Rusty, like, you're in no shape to drink, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
Walk a straight line and I will let you drink as I set him down.
Your order. Walk a straight line, buddy.
What's the roll for that?
Performance save.
There's a lot of options here. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
I will say
Athletic save.
Performance.
Is it with disadvantage because he's out of his mind right now?
Yeah.
I will give him advantage.
Really?
Yes.
Disadvantage because he's wearing clothes.
So it's a 14 and a 19, so 21.
21. You see him kind of fix his shirt, and you realize he is not wearing his coat. His hands go to where his coat would normally be, but grab his shirt instead. Just straightens his tie, spins around with one leg straight up, slaps it down, looks at you, winks, right into a wall. He walked a straight line for a good 5-6 feet.
You know what? It was a straight line. I'll take him to a tavern.
All right.
Who are we to choose to close the portal when there's thousands of people living here?
I never said I'd close the portal. I said I'd turn off the dome. So you know there's a portal here too.
I don't know shit.
Rusty, do you know that the portal to Levistus is open here?
I don't know shit.
That's my theory. It's also why I feel like my compass doesn't work here.
So you want to make several thousand people homeless into a demon apocalypse?
I'm not saying
Because-
I would do it. I'm saying I know how to do it. I'm not telling anyone how to do it, but I know how. I also wouldn't do that. Max is safe here. Why would I send him out to the whole demon hellgate? I wouldn't do that to him. Now, if he dies tomorrow, I have nothing keeping me to keep this town safe other than maybe Fidea, but Linnea and well, you saw how that worked. She's a little obsessed with me. It's a little weird. That's not love, right? Because if that was love, I don't think I ever want to be in love.
I've seen my dead daughter.
And I finished my drink. Just finish, set it down. 2 more.
Firstly, roll a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, 8. So I got 19.
19.
Wait, you straight up lied to me?
Yeah, you're already under the influence of the mushrooms, so this is just gravy. Riona, you feel great. You feel fine. The bartender looks at you and goes, "Another one of those?"
Yes, extra fruit. It was really yummy.
Right. Here you go. Starts making stuff. 2 stealth panty droppers. Here you go.
I didn't know you had a kid. Have a kid? Had a kid? What's the...
Depending on how many years has actually passed, she's been dead for, I guess that would be 35 years?
Longer than I've been alive. Awesome. Okay.
Well, that's factoring in 21 years of us not knowing we were existing.
No, I gotcha. Rusty, did you have a wife before this?
Yeah.
You know, I don't think anyone in this group has actually sat down and talked about our past. I mean, you guys all know my past, but we've never really talked. Can I ask what?
Important.
Can I ask what happened?
I'm not fucked up enough for that.
Push his drink towards him.
This bar does not have enough alcohol for that.
Who knows? How about this? I didn't tell anybody yet, but I detect the portals. I don't detect demons. There are no demons here. Or trust me, that would have been a red flag and I would have told someone by now. But just detecting a portal is not a big deal. Portal doesn't mean anything. It could be a portal to the demon realm. It could be a portal to the Fey realm. From what I'm learning, there are so many portals to so many different realms. So I don't know what I'm sensing. So it could be a portal to your god in the iceberg that I've read about. But who knows? It could be a portal to where Hall and Oates are from. So that's why I'm not telling anybody. It's not important. And I down my drink. Second one.
Constitution saving throw with disadvantage.
So it was 20 and 21. So 20.
Nice.
Okay. God, can dryads get drunk? Let's find out.
The bartender looks at you and goes, "You sure?"
More.
Slides another one warily towards you. Starts to write something down in a notebook.
As he's looking at me just for funsies, dryad. Just now I'm a tree.
I've seen worse.
Yeah.
Hated worse.
Well, I'm on the market now, so. But trust me, not interested. Rusty, what are we going to do with this group? Scrack wants to leave, but we can't leave. There's nothing out there. Torsten, I'm on talking terms with, but I don't want to push the issue. And Hasgar, it turns out he doesn't even want my help.
Yes.
And I only turn to you because, well, you haven't lied to me yet. You haven't hurt me yet.
You got no problem lying to other people, though, do you?
I feel a little bitterness there, Torsten. I did not sense any demons. I told you that.
Oh yeah, I don't sense any portals, no demons, no nothing.
So Scrack wants to leave.
Yeah.
And you say there's nothing out there. There was nothing out there before we got there. What's the difference? Get here. What's the difference?
I think he just wants to go back to the forest, and I refuse to go there, and it sucks because I would love to see my mom again. But even if that is my mom, I have no clue if that's truly her.
Maybe we should ask them.
Ask them what?
What they want to do.
I think you've had enough help. I'll pull that away from him. I think that I'm going to go hang out with Max. And if you guys want to hang out with me later, that'd be good. But I got to go talk to Max.
Tell you what, why don't we all meet you back at the house later? Maybe we'll all have that heart that we need to have.
You know what? A nice big family dinner sounds awesome. I down his drink and my drink, and I walk out. And the tab leaves with me.
Pull out the bottomless flask of wine. Yeah.